If you have ever looked at a ceiling job and wondered whether you actually made money on it, this is for you. This is the Ceiling Painting Cost Estimator. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through exactly how it works and show you how to get an accurate price every time. Side A. Your materials. This is the left-hand side of the spreadsheet. It is where all your material costs get worked out automatically. You only need to fill in the yellow cells. Start by entering your total square meters of ceiling. You get that figure from your site survey form or from your notes taken on site. There is a link to the site survey form in the description below. Now, for a new ceiling, you will normally need a sealer first. That is paint type 1. Enter 3 things: the cost per litre, the spread rate per square metre, and the number of coats. For a sealer, that will be 1 coat. The spread rate is printed on the back of the tin or on the paint datasheet. After the sealer, you will apply 2 coats of ceiling paint. That is paint type 2. Same process. Enter the cost per litre, the spread rate, and set the number of coats to 2. The estimator does the rest automatically. In this example, it is telling you that you will use 2 litres of sealer for the 1 coat at a cost of £30. It is also telling you that you will use 4.44 litres of ceiling paint at a cost of £66.67, having already accounted for the 2 coats. Below that is the total cost of paint. If it is a straight 2-coat repaint and no sealer is needed, just leave paint type 1 as all zeros. Use paint type 2 only with the number of coats set to 2. Simple as that. Side B. Your hourly rate. Before I show you how to fill this in, I want to spend a moment on this because it is the part that has the biggest effect on your profitability. Where did your hourly rate come from? Most decorators have a rate, but how they arrived at it varies quite a bit. Some worked it out from experience. Some asked other decorators. Some took a guess. Some used a trade association guide. None of those methods is wrong exactly, but none of them are built around your actual costs either. If you have ever wanted to know what your rate should actually be, there is a tool called Find Your Real Hourly Rate available from Traction Stream for just £39. It is a one-off payment, not a subscription, less than a tin of paint. What it gives you is not just a plain everyday rate. It gives you your real hourly rate, the number your business needs to charge per hour to cover everything and still pay you properly. It gives you your day rate, your half-day rate, and your call-out rate, all worked out from your own actual figures. It shows you what happens to your rate if you take on a member of staff. It shows you what happens when your situation changes. Fewer days, higher costs, time off, or a pay rise. It also shows you where your rate sits against other UK decorators. Not so you can copy them, but so you can see where you actually stand. And it tells you whether your current rate is sustainable, or whether you are quietly working backwards without realizing it. Link is in the description. Right. Back to the ceiling estimator. Enter your hourly rate into the yellow cell. The estimator uses an average productivity figure based on data from a number of countries. In this case, it is telling you it takes 0.17 of an hour to paint 1 square meter of ceiling. For this 3-coat job, that works out to 10.2 hours total. That figure already includes all normal time and prep for the job. Also, you can see your material cost and your labor cost separated out. Do not forget to set your VAT rate to match your own situation. Finally, you can see your straightforward normal price here, without extras. Now we have another area at the bottom. It's the Also Allow Extra For section. Not every ceiling job is straightforward. Sometimes there are costs that fall outside the normal scope. Some examples: long travel time, ceilings higher than 3 meters that need an aluminium tower, inner city parking costs, heavy prep work, extra wide or intricate cornices or ceiling moldings. These get handled in the Extraordinary Costs section. It is straightforward to use. The left side is for hours. The right side is for materials. In example 1, there is extra work because of furniture in the way. 1 hour of extra labor and £22 for protective materials. In example 2, there is 2 hours of extra prep required plus £11 of filler. You can cost those at actual cost, or you can add a margin for purchasing time and handling. That is entirely up to you. On the labor side, the labor rate is set to your hourly rate. Finally, at the bottom, you will find your final quote figure. That is the complete job costed out, extras and all. One last thing before you go. I feel I must remind you again. An accurate hourly rate is the most important number in your business. Everything else in this tool and every quote you ever produce sits on top of that number. If the number is wrong, the quotes are wrong. The links for Find Your Real Hourly Rate and the free Ceiling Estimator are in the description below. Create numbers you can actually rely on.